Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. It's your girl, your bestie, your sister. Once again on your screen, Ameza. Thank you guys for coming on and tuning in and hanging with me today. Hello, ABS, my love. How are you? I see ABS. It's so nice to see you guys. I see some are trying to come in. So welcome to Breaking Limits. This is the podium where we are sisters, and of course, some of our brothers can come on and share with us some of life lessons. So today, without wasting so much time, I am actually going to be asking questions. There were so many questions after the series with Abies that I just thought, okay, today I'm just going to take time and just answer these questions. So Esther, how are you? Thank you for coming on. So very quickly, one of the questions that was asked, and this is by Annette, and she's like, you meant one of your episodes, you meant to ask Abiyawa if she was raped by her father, but you never did. So I want to know, was she raped by her father? And the reason why Annette is asking, let me just give you a brief background because Annette went on to explain hers. And Abiyawa, you can give your answer as you're hearing this. So you can just type your answer in, okay? Because I know you're there. Hello, FB, my friend Farida. How are you, my love? Thank you for the support. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on. Thank you. Hello, Mish. How are you? Thank you for coming on. I totally appreciate you too. Boya Richards, you're always here and always supporting. I have to say, you're one of the brothers in the house, and thank you for your 2 cents or maybe $1 that you add to our discussions. So Abiyawa, the question from Annette is, were you raped by your father? And I actually do remember I was going to be asking this, but I didn't. So feel free to answer that question. One thing I do know that Abiyawa had talked about, again, because of the situation she grew up in, I mean, she didn't have a good example of what a man should be. So she, in turn, also fell into the hands of a man who didn't treat her right. And she said there was sexual abuse in that relationship. Okay, now that was her partner. That was someone she was with, a relationship she was in. So she never said anything about her father, but they want to know. So for those of you just tuning in who are new to Breaking Limits, it's an empowerment series targeted mostly at women. Okay, and that's not to say that men do not get abused, but this is where we are right now, just talking about the women, and women are sharing their stories. I'm thinking, because I'm also going to read an email from, we might start adding men. Boya Richa is, after all, a man there, and there's some other men that have joined us. But I keep saying this, I'm starting to sound like a broken record. Men do get abused, that is true. However, statistics have shown that women and children usually are more at the receiving end. Whether you believe it or you don't, leave your comments, okay? Or write to me. A lot of you write to me, and that's fine. And if you want to write to me, it's amezasuperstar@gmail.com, or you can DM me directly here at amezasuperstar on IG. So Annette that is asking this question, Annette was raped by her own father. And she said she would never forgive him. And it wasn't just her. It was her and her siblings. She has 2 other sisters, and they were all raped by him. I mean, these are grown women now. Annette says she is 35, and her sisters there's an older one and a younger one. And the thing she feels bad about, I'm just reading again, paraphrasing what she wrote to me, that the thing she regrets the most is she's angry. Right now, the 3 sisters are not friends because she thinks her older sister probably should have tried to help her And she, in turn, should have helped her younger sister, but she did not protect them. Anyway, so while we're waiting for Abias, I don't know if Abias has answered this question, but the truth of the matter is, rape is bad, whether it's by your father, your stepfather, your brother, your husband, whomever. You know, it's bad. It's a betrayal of trust, and it has very long and sometimes, God forbid, permanent ramifications. We don't want the permanent, and that's why breaking limits is important. It's not your fault. You need to understand. I know that. Okay. I think Abiayua is answering a question now. What am I trying? I always try to do this. I forget my glasses. Okay, so Abiayua, you have answered it. Let me see. I'm trying not to touch things here. And then, oh, see, this is what I'm afraid of. I touch something and then I'm just going to be thrown off the screen. It's a no. My father never sexually abused me. Okay, Annette, I don't know if you're watching, because I think Annette got this from my YouTube channel, AMZ TV House. Okay, so for those of you who want to go through this broadcast again, you can actually catch it here, or you go to my YouTube channel, AMZ TV House. So that's where she watched it. Excuse me, she watched this and she said, she was asking this question. So Abias have answered us. She said, no, I was never sexually abused by her father. Her father never sexually abused her. So that answers that part of the question. Just quickly to answer, or to throw more, to comment on Annette's situation. Annette, you need to understand this. Forgiving is not really for you. It's not about the person, it's about you. You need to be able to forgive yourself so you can move on. It seemed to me you're living in that pain. You're 35. You don't give me background if you're married or you have kids or anything like that. But I will tell you, when and if you're able to forgive your father, it's to free you. It's to give you space to breathe, to move on, to have good relationships. You've got to lay that to rest. And you've got to understand this. At the time your father was molesting you and your sisters, you were too young to do anything. So don't take on that load. Don't take on that blame. It's not your fault. You trusted your father. He was the first man in your life. Irene, how are you, my love? Thank you. And I love you. Thank you for your support. You're always there. I really appreciate you. So you need to understand that you can't take on blame that is not yours. You should not take on blame that is not yours. Okay, I'm trying to, and for those of you watching me and you see me keep touching these things, oh my God. Okay. Look, I'm not techie. My techie advisor person is Mish. So Mish, I think I've gotten it off the screen. Mish. I'm trying. How do I read the old posts? Do they just disappear? The old comments. So I'm not touching anything else. I'm not touching anything. I'm just going to stay here. So you can't take on those blame. It's not yours. It's your father. Your father is the adult here. Your father is the abuser. Your father is the one who took advantage of you. Another thing I would like to know, though, where was your mother? So if you can, please give me a background so I can go off of this. However, what I would like to say, for those of you who share, because there are people who share this background, you know. Hey, Betty, I am waving to you too. I'm trying not to touch my screen just so I don't accidentally, exit.